Before we moved to iPBX at Dice, we were we had multiple servers here that were our phone system. And we kept having problems. Now, what would we do if we were ever have to get off site in disaster recovery? And that's when we started researching the iPBX at Dice. Once we started researching it, we figured out that there was no real challenge to it because it's just cutting everything over to their phone switches. And that gave us a lot of redundancy. And like today, where most of our employees are working outside of the office, they just log in through the VPN tunnel and they're able to be right in our phone queues and everything. The issues that we ran through in the process, I really don't recall any issues that we had. It was a very smooth and straightforward transformation. Dice sent out a questionnaire. We filled out the questionnaire. They built the servers around that questionnaire. And once they finished building it, we did some testing. We have multiple phone servers with them, and for different areas of the country. And once we finished all the testing, it was an overnight thing. We just cut over and had everybody started logging in the next morning when they came in into the new phone system. And it wasn't any difficulties at all going forward with that. It was just time. You have to have everything configured and know who's logging in where, and then sit down with your operators as they came in for each shift, and we walked them through the process. By the end of the first day, we really didn't have any questions the next day from the operators.
Gotcha. So you'd say it's pretty seamless?
It was seamless to us.
Okay.
We've never had any real issues with it. Operators have the capability of using it, logging into it, logging out of it, going to a different station, logging in there. It doesn't tie them down to one location, and we still track all their calls to them. So that's a great thing. There's really never any issues that we've had with it. It all depends on the users themselves, but they sat there and they took it upon themselves to actually learn the tool. And we put together a little one-sheet description of what they had to do, and they really didn't have any issues after that.
Okay.
Dice's call center is listed for UL, and where their servers are all hosted, it's all UL listed. And that was one of our requirements, is it had to be UL listed on the back end. They're hosting those servers, so that they have to meet the UL specs. And with that comes our built-in redundancy. And with Dice having geolocated call centers in Saginaw, Bay City area, and up at Marquette, it meets the UL requirement for the redundancies. So no one else could really provide that to us without building it for us. And they wanted to do the redundancy within the same locations. They didn't want to do a geolocated ones. They would do it, they want to charge us extra for it. Since 1992. Wow. this service, when we were looking at this, we interviewed 4 major phone companies, providers, and they all had their good sides and their downsides, but no one could provide us the back end in a UL environment. And that's what we wanted. We wanted everything in a UL environment, so that way we knew everything was properly backed up. It was researched and tested by UL and inspected at least once a year by UL.
Okay.
And like I said, we haven't had any issues with it. Ease of use is very simple. So.